My zodiac boat being, actually my son Benjamin actually told me, but kind of sort of reminded me that Tom Brady, speaking of American roast beef football, he is born same day as myself. I think I mentioned that once before, the day that Benjamin actually mentioned it to me. But in, okay, they said that there's something called you in an industry, speak American, whatever I learned from hearing the humans speak in some kind of patchwork quilt. They said there was a U.S. steel industry, STEEL. They also said that in the U.S. there were copper mines for copperheads. And then there's, well, they didn't say for copperheads, but I know that copperheads are involved. And then there's coal, COAL. Now, I apparently have a lot of family in West Virginia, I'm told. They call them kissing cousins, or they marry their cousins or sisters or whatever. I'm like, they sound perfect. I don't know why I couldn't have made my way that way. They've got some special fish I just saw on some TV program when they were doing something about a soy farmer in conglomerates of whatever and whatever. But now I woke up, century 19, decade number 7, plus 8 years, and there was a United States in an America, which was North America, just south of someplace I had never heard of called Canada at the time, because I couldn't read a Rapoggle the minute I arrived. I had to learn stuff from the humans, I guess. So now there was steel, coal. I'm Nicole. And there's a United States in a North America flag with a POW and an MIA that the vagina I fell out of says is prisoner of war missing in action, but she has no idea what it means. Right. So if they built this constitution and country on steel and coal, and I arrived in my initial state being NYC, my youth camp YC for concentration and constitutional matters would be, they call it York. YORK. Is that the 4-letter word that's getting me in trouble in anagram and cartography and Rapoggle and Google and so on and so forth? I mean, I thought my name's Nicole, so it's N, even though they call it new. And then it's Y for York. I mean, that's gamma. It's the gamma field or it's photon field, which is my level of neuroscience and environmental physician. And then it's C, which is cosmological, but it's my last name, Cattaruzza. So my youth camp was, so Y was Nick. I mean, and then I've got the universal prowess of Catwoman with Batman, Universal. I mean, that happened in Lou's era of the 1950s for illustration, an agreement between DC Marvel Comics marveling and reveling at the moon and all sorts of new fun ways to communicate with all the relatives that were on the list of approved that they were building before decade 8 rolls around, and then it's like everything, I mean, now why was I built and delivered into a system that made money on steel, coal, and then I have a prisoner of war and an MIA flag and a United States flag, and I can't seem to gain entry or access to family member except for like these weird patchwork moments where they said I was walking into traffic that I can't remember. But then handsome American sweetheart football prom king level, everybody's proud of him, hometown hero, kind of a guy that looks kind of like me, but a guy and taller, but looks like the one I was built for in actual Zodiac programming, which has an 8-4 in our way, because it's not 8-3. The 8-3 doesn't come until a later rescue mission if I can't make it to my 8-4 in 78s. So I'm still just confused. I'm Nicole, and I woke up in a U.S. steel industry of steel coal in a country that still has yet to recognize me as any form of importance. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to get out of Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361 by myself. I didn't build this by myself. And I know in Parallel Dimension I'm important, and they seem to care. It's just when I come to day waiting to get out of this, nobody seems to give a shit. Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. Why did everybody remove Nick from my real personal path? Why do I keep getting the toilet paper from the public bathroom on my shoe named Anthony and Jason? Just curious. Where do you all benefit in me fucking up? Because it seems like it's a super infection and you're all gonna die. Why would you want me to fuck up? I'm here to fix quiet, dangerous stuff, not have to talk about it in public air. September 10th, 2021.